Hi there, in my garden podcast today, let us commence. Right, that's a clue, isn't it? What am I doing today? I'm not going to do what I did last year, and in fact the year before, which is to sow all of the seeds in one go and then have lettuce overwhelm. I'm going to be more reserved and a bit more thoughtful in how that's all going to work out. So apparently, good rule of thumb, I'm just taking this compost off this tray thing now and into the window box. I'm going to sow some seeds once a week. So I've got an old window box here. It's got loads of crocks in it for good drainage at the bottom. Crocks are smashed up plates that I didn't like anymore. And the window box I'm just filling with nice new compost. It's not our compost. It doesn't have tea bags and avocado stones in it. It's very nice compost from a bag from a shop. Garden centre. I just want to briefly touch on the noise pollution, which you may or may not be able to hear, but next door but one, they've got an outdoor room. I think it's the dad's office. And they've also got a drum kit in there, which has been diligently played every week for about an hour by, well, I thought it was the dad who'd started drumming in a bit of a midlife crisis. And every week I'd hear this, and it was in lockdown, we could hear this drumming practice taking place. And over the last couple of years, I've just thought, he's just never going to improve. I just think he should give it up, basically, because he's got no ear for it. Anyway, the other neighbour told me it was actually the young son who'd been really diligently practicing every week and having a go, and actually finally this year he's had a bit of a breakthrough. He is drumming quite well, I have to say. But anyway, if you can hear a bit of drumming going on in the background, that's the young son from next door but one, who I wrongly accused of being his dad. Anyway, I love sound for that. You can imagine all sorts, can't you? You see, I'm actually 6'2" and incredibly young looking. So anyway, moving on. Right, I think I've got a nice bed for my lovely lettuce. Let's move on to the lettuce choices. Let us make a choice. Now I'm a bit disappointed actually, because these seed packets feel a little damp. What's been happening is that Hunky Husband has not been adhering to the strict seed admin that I'd put into place as a system using the old Yorkshire tea tin. No, the caddy. No, he's been just randomly placing them back into an open Tupperware, and thus we have crinkled packets, damp seeds. And I don't know whether that's going to hamper the progress of these seeds. So I just thought, being a perimenopausal woman, I'd add it to my list of worries and anxieties of things to think about, rather than just jogging on with my life. So what have we got here? Little Gem, Rocket, Mixed, sounds dodgy, and oh, this is even dodgier, Free Seed. You know, when you buy some stuff and you get free seed and you don't know what it is, but it is lettuce apparently. I can't even pronounce that, so I'm not going to bother. Anyway, so let's just see what happens with a bit of Rocket and a bit of Little Gem, because those are my favourites. Sod what the husband likes. No, I don't mean that. I'm going to put mixed in, because he likes a bit of mixed. Sounds really dodgy, doesn't it? Oh no, I've been losing the plot. I have been losing the plot. Oh, now I don't know what a lot is and what a little is. So I think a little pinch. We'll try a little pinch. We'll do a little garden experiment, people. We'll take one pinch and do one row across the width of the window box. So I'm not going to sow very much. I'm going to see what happens and see what the regularity is on consumption and production. So I think that's a very sensible. Sounds good, doesn't it? Right. Gently. Oh, this is very sweet, isn't it? It's like Oh, do some come out when you rub your finger and forethumb together. You're hoping just one will come out and you can professionally move on. But no, obviously 17 have come out in one patch altogether. So all right, we've got a nice, I'd say a 2-inch across little strip on the far left hand side of the window box. Step 1 for successful lettuce planting. I'll put the rest of the seeds, as tempting as it is to just chuck them in, I'm going to be very grown up about this. I'm going to return them to the slightly damp packet without trying to mix them up. I think we need to do a whole seed admin induction lesson with Hunky Husband. I think he'll really enjoy that as well. Oh, the poor man. I must admit, I have been giving him the worst time. The worst time of it. I've been really perimenopausal, nasty, mood swingy, angry one minute, crying the next, huffing off, needing space, then needing a cuddle. And it's just been it's been a wild ride. Feeling all right today. I've decided just to take one day at a time. Now, I don't tend to get many of the physical symptoms. I'm all right on the hot flushes and whatever else you get. Oh yeah, brain fog. But I am a little dark-thoughted, shall we say, from time to time. And it's not pleasant. It really is awful. And I've stopped drinking, which is it's really hard, really worth it. Although maybe that's the answer. Who knows? Maybe not. Right, let's put some mixed in for Hunky Husband, although it's all wet, I have to say. I don't know if that's going to be such a good idea. Anyway, I'm doing everything I can. Oh, no, it's lovely. You hear that? Nice and fresh. I take it all back. Right, I'm going to do a little sprinkle, as if I'm putting pepper, like slightly, ground pepper out of a jar onto my food. And I like pepper. That's what I'm going to do, a healthy pinch of pepper. So I've done my little first 2 inches, and I'm going to do my second 2 inches. Again, steady as she goes, trying not to lose them all out of my finger and forethumb. Forethumb? No, the other way. Thumb and forefinger. So now what I'd love to do, because I think this would be super professional and look very good on Instagram, is to label this up immediately before I forget. So, and then I'll remember what they are. Now, the thing about lettuce apparently is it's good to get onto plucking the seedlings out and replanting them before, so you get a kind of double batch, if you like. Otherwise they just get really crowded in. I find it really fiddly and delicate, and I'm not a fiddly and delicate type of person. I tend to like chucking stuff about. Right, let's find that marker pen. Now, I have it in a certain special pot, but no, it's now in a different pot. You see, I turned my back for a 6 months of menopause stuff, and it's all change. Literally. Right, so what have we got in here? I can't remember. Oh, what was it? Was it Little Gem? Right, Little Gem. Oh, that is pleasing. It's like a lolly stick. It's like a nice lolly stick from the posh garden centre, I'd imagine. And that is going to look lovely. Little Gem. Then what do we do? Mixed. I used to work in a pub when I was 18, 19. And there used to be this dodgy tray underneath the bitter and the mild, and it was the same tray, and so any drips when you're pulling a pint would go into one tray of used beer, and then the dodgy landlord would take that concoction and put it into another barrel, and he'd call it mix. Do you want a pint of mix? And sort of sold it cheaply. Now, I was naive and I didn't drink bitter or mild drinks. I thought they were like for old gippers, basically, in silver tankards. But every now and again someone would ask for a pint of mix, and it can't have been healthy. Anyway, right, so we've got Little Gem, we've got mix. I'm going to do rocket because it's the magic 3. You've got to have 3 things, haven't you, in life? 3. Right, okay. Rocket goes in there. let's have a look at that. And then it's my anticipation that in about a week's time, we'll be eating homegrown lettuce. And the weather will be really warm and it'll be sunny. That's my anticipation. But otherwise, I'll just wait patiently for germination. Then I'll prick them out. No idea what that means. Or husband will. And then we'll have a bit of lettuce in a few months' time, weeks' time. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I'll check in. I'll check back with you on that. And off we go.